This is a very special evening for me, as this is my first Equality Awards, and it's happening right here in Los Angeles, the City of Angels. A place I call home and also an inspiration. All of us come from a long legacy of fighters for social justice and equality. We stand on the shoulders of Harvey Milk, Dr. Martin Luther King, Bayard Rustin, and Dolores Huerta, who's here with us tonight. I also follow the legacy of my father, my personal hero who gave his life so people in Guatemala could live with dignity, justice, and basic human rights. It is because of their sacrifices that we now enjoy more freedom and equality, and we are forever indebted to them. Thank you. I also want to acknowledge all those of you who have made Equality California what it is today. And many of you are here tonight. You have strategically moved the state of California from one with very limited legal protections for lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender people to a state with one of the most comprehensive civil rights protections in the nation. And for that, we thank you. Your contribution will be felt for many, many generations to come. For quite a while, our movement has been headlined by the 3 M's: marriage, military, and morality. First, let's talk about marriage and some of the headway we made there. Although in California, we continue to change hearts and minds on marriage equality, and at Equality California, we continue to close these existing gaps between the unjust 2-tier system of marriage and domestic partnerships. We know that it is only a matter of time before this immoral, unequal, and separate system ends, whether by the ballot or by the courts. But we must also defeat DOMA, the Defense of Marriage Act. Marriage equality at a state level is very significant, but without a repeal of DOMA, we're still deprived of over 1,100 federal rights and benefits. And because we want full equal rights at all levels of government, DOMA must end. The second M is the military. The U.S. war against the LGBT men and women in uniform is ending its ugly run this September 20th, 2011. Enough said on that one. And the third M is morality. One of the core issues that stands between us and full equality is the portrayal of LGBT people as being a harm to children and families. This cruel portrayal is the weapon they use against us again and again. And it doesn't matter what the issue is, whether it's marriage, equality, HIV and AIDS funding, employment discrimination, hate crimes, safe schools, or teaching our history and contributions to schools. This distortion of LGBT people drives an entire multi-billion anti-gay industry, and many times hiding behind religion. However, we know what their intent is. Their intent is clear. They want to keep us as second-class citizens, marginalized, invisible, and demonized, and we're not going to take it anymore. Today, we'll talk about who really is a danger to children and families and whose values really keep families safe and together. Last July, we made history in California when we passed the Fair Education Act, the first law of its kind in the nation. Authored by Senator Mark Leno, the FAIR Act stands for fair, accurate, inclusive, and respectful. It amends California's education code so that the contributions of LGBT people and people with disabilities are taught along with other traditionally underrepresented groups such as African Americans, Latinos, women, and Native Americans. And of course, we know that there's a fabulous overlap between these communities and the LGBT community. But the minute Governor Brown signed the Fair Education Act into law, the same people who brought us Proposition 8 filed a referendum literally within 24 hours to overturn the Fair Act. And their ugly and misleading campaign began. We know that their campaign would not be about the merits of our contributions to society, but instead, it would be a referendum on our entire LGBT community, and we're not gonna take it anymore. Their propaganda machine is already calling the FAIR Act bringing the homosexual agenda into the schools and teaching kids how to be gay. I don't know if anyone can really teach anyone how to be gay, but that's, aside from the practicality of that, I'll tell you what we will teach. It's not easy, I'll tell you. Wow, what a business opportunity. Gay finishing school, I can say it. So maybe we can't teach anyone how to be gay, but I'll tell you what we will teach. We will teach about dignity. We will teach about dignity, about the beauty of self-acceptance and acceptance of others, about self-respect, love for oneself and your fellow human being. And we will teach about how Californians from all walks of life have contributed to this great state and this nation. We can teach children and youth that when they stop humiliating and demeaning each other, that their schools will become safer, less violent, and more conducive to learning. That's what we will teach. These are our values. That is our morality. But what are the opponents of equality teaching? They're teaching discrimination, cruel stereotypes, harassment of kids and families who are different, and the using and abusing of ballot referendums and initiatives to terrorize our communities. We are not going to take it anymore. Those are their values. That is their fake morality. This fake morality has led many youth to alcohol and drug abuse, to depression, to self-harm, including suicide. The Fair Education Act will give us the opportunity to tell our truth and break the spell of their fake morality by exposing the harm that they do to our communities. And instead, thank you, and instead, we will talk about love and caring, safe schools, and a society free of discrimination, an end to prejudice against anyone, anywhere, anytime. No matter if you're born queer or born here, no matter color, race, or creed, gender, or gender identity, we're one California, we're all Equality California. That is our vision, that is our morality, those are our values. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. Gracias. Thank you.